Hello and welcome to the App Inventor and Thinkable webinar. I am speaking in English because this is an foreign language contest, and we expect you also to speak with us in English in your presentations, in your pitches, and all of that. I'm really happy to see that there are some people that are interested in this webinar. It is a very simple webinar, I would say. It is targeted towards those that are beginners and that will not use proper code in their apps, but drag and drop applications and more beginner friendly ideas. But do not worry, because as you know, the contest has multiple areas of evaluation, and you would have, for this app itself, you would have 40% of your points will be allocated from the app, 30% will be allocated from your business plan, and 30% will be allocated from your pitch. So the idea itself and some implementation will actually go a long way for you in having the chance of winning some prizes in this competition. I would like to start by saying that, as you know, the thematic for this contest is inclusion. And I would like to tell you a story that happened to me a while ago. I was basically just doing my work as a teacher of programming for kids and teens. And one of the mothers of the children that were doing the courses with me told me that she's a psychologist for kids with special needs. And she asked me if I can do something to help her. And of course I said yes, because I was really excited to help. Generally, this is me as a person. And she asked me, can you help me with this particular problem? So the problem that she was working with a child that was on the spectrum. So she had some sort of autism. I'm not a professional, so I don't know exactly all the things that are going on around that area. Also, there were some problems in terms of vision. So the child could also not see very well or at all. And also, the child had some issues with hearing. So it was quite an interesting situation, and there was some help needed for this particular kid. And the psychologist asked me, hey, could you build something for this kid to help him with communication? And this is exactly what I did. So as you can see here in my hand, I have some 3D printed shapes that can be put in a keychain. So the idea was that I would design and print multiple of such keychains that will be used for communication. So the child will touch it, feel the shape on the keychain, basically, and then show it to the psychologist or the mother or the teacher, or depending on whoever she needed to communicate with. And the idea was that it would have multiple keychains, and each keychain will mean something. For example, this one would have meant, or actually not would have meant, but actually meant, I'm hungry. This one just meant no. And I'm sure that you cannot really see very well, but on each keychain there is a specific shape and also the writing of what it means. So I gave you this example because I wanted to show you that this is something that I'm thinking about showing you today, how to implement in an app. I will show you two apps. I will show you App Inventor and also Thunkable, and just guide you to pretty much feel what is like to work with these particular apps. Okay, I will share my screen now. And feel free to also join me into making this app. If you are near your computer right now and you can do what I'm doing, feel free to join me. So I will first go into App Inventor. Yeah, it's an app created by MIT. You need your Google account to be able to sign into this app. You just hit Create Apps. Then you will be prompted to choose a account. I chose an account, and you have some things going on over here. but I will just create a new project. So this is the dashboard. It's actually a new dashboard. It used to be quite an old one, an ugly one, but now it's pretty decent, I would say myself. We just go on new project. We will name the project Hardcore Entrepreneur. And yeah, I just leave everything default here and press OK. After pressing OK, you can see that there is a very nice screen with a phone on it and some tools. I will first present to you the full idea of the app, and then I will actually start building something. It will be a very simple app, and then I will show you some resources that you can use also to do more and learn more and all this kind of stuff. So basically, on the left side over here, we have some components. We will use only a few of them today. We have components that are grouped by usage. So we have user interface, so basically visible visible components. Then we have some layout components, some media components, yeah, like camcorder, yeah, sound recorder, speech recognizer, yeah, text-to-speech translator, drawing and animation. We have something with maps, yeah, marker navigation, charts, data science, sensors, which are really, really nice to be used. Yeah, so we can actually do something basically with our phone other than just a normal app. So we can actually include sensors and, you know, like perimeter orientation sensors and stuff like that. We also have, yeah, some social components that we can use, like contact picker, email, phone call, sharing, texting, and all this kind of stuff. We also have some storage solutions in case you want to use a database for your app. Yeah, like cloud database, data file, spreadsheets, TinyDB, TinyWebDB. Okay, connectivity in case you want to use Bluetooth or so. There is also a possibility that will not be very helpful, right, for what we are doing in this particular hackathon, but there is also the possibility of connecting it with Lego Mindstorms. If some of you are passionate about robotics and stuff like that. And of course, there are also some experimental things. We will not use them today, but you can, like Firebase and a chatbot, an image bot, and some extensions that are basically pieces of code that you can import yourself from different areas. This is the components part that you can use. You can basically build your app from here. Each component itself has a specific set of properties that you can see here. For example, right now I am on the screen, on screen 1, which is this one, and screen 1 has some properties. For example, yeah, alignment, horizontal alignment, vertical alignment, background color. Yeah, we can just change background color to make it dark, for example, if we want to. This is not something I want right now, but just so you understand how it all works. And each component that we take from here will have a specific set of properties. So this is also a very important part of our dashboard, let's say. Also, we have here the list of the elements that we will use. For example, if I put a button right here, you can see the parent of the button is the screen 1 because it's included inside of it. Now I click on button 1 and I can see all the properties that this button has. If I want to delete it, I just click on it. I go delete, then delete again. And yeah, I am prompted to be sure that I want to delete something because each component also has some blocks. As you can see, I've pressed the block button over here. And in the block button, you can see components and their codes. For example, I exited by mistake. Sorry. I will take the button again, put it inside. If I go in blocks, I scroll down here, I click the button, and I can see that there are some specific code pieces that can be used specifically for button. If I want to use something for screen, for example, I can see that there are some specific components I can use for screen. Yes, and there are, we will see a little bit about this. Also, there are some built-in components that do not attach to any specific buttons or screen or anything like that. For example, like control, so just a typical control, logic, math, matrices, text, lists, dictionaries, colors, variables, and so on. Yeah, so it is a pretty straightforward thing. Okay, I would like to start right now to actually start building the app. So the app that I have in my head is exactly what I told you about. Instead of using this type of 3D printed communication cards, I would like to use an app basically that would help kids that have communication issues communicate with their either caretakers or with their teachers or with their friends, and it would help them out to just use a mobile app to be more involved in the lives of the people that don't know how to communicate with them in a specific way. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is create a grid with 6 buttons, and each button will have a specific message that will be read out loud by the phone as the button is pressed. And this can be expanded to infinity, basically, with a lot of buttons, a lot of apps, and make the communication very easy for a child, yeah, that needs help with communication because he's either nonverbal or has, is on the spectrum or both, as I told you before. Good. First, I would like to delete this button because it is not in the specific spot that I wanted it to be. And we will go and start in the layout area, and we will choose an horizontal arrangement. This horizontal arrangement is a non-visible element, even though it is visible for us right now. If I open this app through the build parameters that I have in my app, there will be nothing visible in here in the app itself. So what I would like to do right now is just to expand this layout and then add to it 3 buttons vertically, and then go to another arrangement and add some more buttons. Okay, so I will go and put button 1, then add another button, then another button. So now I have 3 buttons arranged in an horizontal arrangement. As you can see, they don't really look extremely nice. So I would like to improve the way it looks. I will go to horizontal arrangement first and modify the width. I will not put it automatic, even though it makes sense to be automatic. I will put it fill parent. Fill parent means that it will go all the way from here to here. Yeah, so it will have a very nice full screen. And I will do the exact same thing for each button, so they will fill the area that they have. Okay, so I'll put with fill parent. Okay, then the second button, the same with fill parent. And the third one also fill parent. As you can see, even though the text now doesn't look extremely well, we can see that all of the buttons are inside the proper area, let's say, that we want them to be. So no buttons go beyond the screen. And if, for example, my phone is a tablet, let's say, yeah, it also is responsive. So it will be, responsive, and it will go as wide as the screen is. So in case you have a different Android phone or an Apple phone or whatever, it will be exactly what you need for it. I took the liberty of finding some photos that I can use for this app, and I would like to also share to you where these photos have been taken from. There is this app called, actually it's a website, it's called Icons 8. And basically you have free, I mean, not only free, but also mostly free icons that you can use for your apps. And one of the things that is really important is not to get icons off just Google, because this would make it quite difficult for all of your icons, for example, in your app to have the same kind of size, the same kind of style, and all this kind of stuff. So it would actually help you a lot to be able to just have a better design if you use something like this for your icons. So for example, let's say I am curious about accessibility, right? And then I press enter. And okay, I have some types of icons. I think I've chosen something really hard. Let's say home. And here you can see all these type of icons that you can use to be able to upload them into your app. So you would have a better, nicer visual vibe, yeah, for the pictures that you are going to use. So remember, this website is called Icons 8. I have already downloaded some pictures. Going to download. Okay, let me just delete this. And for example, I would like to be able to show as a communicator, right? Toilet. Let's say that our user would like to go to the toilet and wants to, yeah, to communicate that. I have downloaded this 48 by 48 pixels icon, yeah, that represents a toilet, for example. I also have some, yeah, some water in case our user would like to communicate that they are thirsty. I chose something else. Something I think like I'm bored, I would like to do something, yeah, some activity, basically. Home, like I would like to just go home. Or something like I have an idea or I'm excited about something. And the last one is I just want to go out. Yeah, so I assumed some communication things that our child would like to communicate. Also, I would like to say that if you have any questions during this this webinar, please write them in the chat, or because we are not so many people inside this call, you could actually turn on your microphone and just ask the question if you have it. Yeah, so there is no issue in you asking questions. Please use the chat if you feel more comfortable, or, oh, I see that the chat is actually not available. So maybe just, yeah, just use your microphone and ask the questions, or you can even ask questions on the WhatsApp, I think.
Excuse me, but there's a way to import our own icons?
Yes, if you have, what do you mean your own icons? Have you already drawn them yourself?
Not necessarily, but I have an idea in mind. But if I want to export them, how can I do that?
Where do you have your icons right now? Or where are they located? In terms of, are they on a website, or are they on your tablet, or?
They are on my tablet. I had drawn them in a pixel art style. It doesn't
Okay.
really matter.
I think for sure you should have in your menu, you should have something like export, and then export a PNG. For example, if you look here on my screen, I have a PNG. The PNG means generally that you can have a photo or an icon without a background. So if you've built your icons without a background, then it's really nice if you export them to a PNG or an SVG, and then that sort of export will be possible to be used without a background. So just go onto your tablet and just search for anything that's, it's either export or save as or something similar to this. And then just send them through your email or send them to Google Drive, or try to send them to your computer, basically, because it's the only way to actually upload them to MIT App Inventor. You would have to have a computer on on the usage. But it is actually, I don't know who asked this question, but it is a really, really good idea for you to use also your own icons. I think you could even present this information as a fact, yeah, inside your pitch and be like, hey, you know, I've built my app from the ground up. So, okay, maybe I didn't know how to do the most complicated code, but I was able to do all the design myself. So I did all the icons myself, all the visual pack, let's say so. So I think it would actually really give you an advantage in this competition if you mention it. Yes, and there's, of course, a lot of different things that give you an advantage in the competition. So if you use this kind of icons that I'm going to use, it's not a problem or anything like that. But it is very nice to show your heart and soul, basically, into your app, I would say. Okay. I will go back to MIT App Inventor, and I will need to upload the files that I have decided. Oh, actually, I want to also download one of these just to show you how easy it is to use. You don't even need an account. You just click, for example, on Home, and just click Download, and then you choose your you choose the size that you want. Yeah, and then you just click Download. Okay, I'm gonna close this. Just press Download, and then you just have it. Yeah, you just click Save, and then that's it. You don't need to make an account. You don't need to do anything. You basically just use it, which is pretty awesome. There's very rarely you can find something. And one other thing that is really important here, and it's really nice, is the fact that you can choose the same size for all your icons. Yeah, so in my case, I downloaded 48 pixel by 48. I think it will be a bit too small, to be honest. I think right now I'm realizing that maybe in my app, they will not look great just because they are too small, but we will see. Okay, I'm just gonna go here, upload files, choose files, and I'm gonna choose all of them. Okay, let's choose toilet first. I think I can only choose one. Toilet, water, and I'm also going to choose, let's say, afternoon for now. Oops. Okay. For now, so I have three pictures, yeah, that I'm going to use. So how I'm going to attach these pictures to my buttons, I'm just going to click on a button, let's say button 1, and then I'm going to go all the way to image, which now has none inside of it. I want to put the toilet inside of it. Okay, so now I just click on the toilet, then I click OK. And you could see the toilet, yeah, being there. Now, the height is a bit weird, I would say. But let's say percentage, let's say 100%. Let's see if it actually fixes it. No. Okay, let's leave it on automatic for now, and we will see later what is going to happen. Gotta go do the same thing for button 2 and add on it water. As you can see, the design is not going to be amazing for me right now, sadly, but yeah. Okay, I'm going to go on button 3 again and put the image, the afternoon. Okay, let me try something actually, just to be sure that maybe it works. Actually, no. Okay, I'm going to leave it fill parent, and then we are going to see. I would like to also delete the text on top of it, like text for button 1, because I don't like it. So I'm just going to delete it. Yeah. Go on this one, because we are going to assume that the child that is using this app also cannot read right now. So it only needs these pictures to know what he or she wants. Okay, I'm going to very quickly do another one of these. Actually, I think I can duplicate it. Maybe? Maybe not, actually. Anyway, I'm just going to put another Horizontal arrangement. Yeah, make it fill parent. Okay, and then put 3 buttons inside of it. We're gonna make all the 3 buttons be fill parent as we did before. And I would like to also do something on screen 1 just to make it nicer. I'm just going to go and click on screen 1 and then put align horizontal center and align vertical center. So it is a little bit better, I would say. A little bit better in terms of design. Okay, now on button 4, I will need to put the other 3 files that I need to upload. So we have water, we have toilet, we don't have design. So I'm going to choose design. Okay. Home, I don't think we have home. Gonna put home. And one more, which I forgot. I think idea we don't have here. So I'm gonna add idea up to it. Then really, really quickly, we're gonna do the exact same thing. And this tutorial is gonna be maybe 10 more minutes, and then we're gonna go to the next one just to see how things work. I just wanted to show you a little bit how simple it is to use. Yeah, so it is just a logical way of building something, pretty much. Button 4, we're gonna have button 4, for example, image, we're gonna put the design. Okay, button 5, let's put home. And button 6, idea. Okay, and also I want to erase the text from each of them because I don't like it. As I told you, the design, I'm not really pleased with it, but I think we should find a way to fix this at some at some point. Okay, one other thing that I would like to do, I would like to rename all the buttons so they have more sense. So it will be easier for us to make everything that we want to make. So I'm gonna say instead of button 1 is gonna be button toilet. Button 2 is going to be button water. Button 3 is going to be button outside. Yeah, button 4. It's going to be button activity. 5 is going to be button home. So we know what they represent while we are using them in our code. So it's a good way of doing things. Idea. Okay, so button idea. Great. Now that we have done our grid, and imagine for an actual app of communication, this would need to be completed with many things, not only 6 ideas. Yeah, if you have, for example, an app that is being actually used by somebody in this situation that I'm telling you about, then you would need to have several, I would say hundreds maybe. Yeah, maybe on categories, or maybe depending on how the child can actually interact with the app, and maybe they are proper, let's say, if you know, depending on how much needs they have for this app, you would have many buttons with many things in there, or less buttons depending on the how terrible it is. Okay. If you're asking questions on Discord, I don't think I can answer them. So if you have any questions, I think I need you to write them on WhatsApp. Okay. Just a second, so I close my Discord completely because I cannot have, sadly, this going on. Okay, great. Now we will need to go to the code part. So the idea would be for me to, if I am the user of this app, I would click one button of, for example, water bottle, and there would be a sentence being spoken that would let the people that I am with know what I actually want to do. So I would like to go to media and take the component that is invisible, text-to-speech, and I'm just going to drag it and put it on my screen. As you can see, it's a non-visible component, and it is down here, down to text-to-speech. I have, country default, language default, which is English, pitch, speech rate. I'm not gonna modify any of these. I'm just gonna let them be. So now let's build the code for our app. We're gonna go on blocks. And we are going to use the first one, button, toilet. And of course, it's pretty much when button.click is used, when the button is clicked, then we should make our app say something. For example, call text-to-speech, .speech message, speak message. We're going to put it inside. You can hear that satisfying click as you do it. I like this kind of stuff. And then what you can do, you just take a text component. So this is the most simple thing that you can do in this kind of app, right? You put it in there and you say, I need to go to the toilet. What we could do to make it a bit more complex, let's say that the child actually really needs to go to the toilet right now. So we could use another event from this button, which is, for example, long click, right? So if they long click on the button, maybe they actually need to say that they really need to go right now and they should leave the place. We can just duplicate it. Okay, and then we can add another word here. Okay, so maybe it makes the message more clear. I will do this for the next ones also, but what we could do, we could just duplicate it again. I will do only the normal click, and you will understand, right, the other clicks, the long click, you can do it yourself if you want to. I'm just going to do the normal click. So you have here an error that tells you that this event is used twice. You cannot use it twice. So basically, I'm just going to select a different button. So button water. I am thirsty. I duplicate it. Again, I have an error, but then if I choose a different button, let's say button outside. I want some air, for example. So now we have all these buttons, and I would like now to test our app. So as I was trying to prepare for this workshop that I'm doing with you, I tried to make the possibility of me building the app on the computer, on the screen, so you could see it. But sadly, there are some errors with the emulator, so I'm not able to do the emulator. But I will be able to actually use my phone. Use my phone to test this app. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to connect. I'm going to click on AI companion. Then I'm going to have this QR code appear here. And I will need to go on my phone right now. And if you don't have the app Inventor installed on your phone, you need to install it. I have it installed, of course. It just has like 3 buttons. The idea is to just scan QR code, click scan QR code. I scanned it. Now I'm waiting for the app to connect. You can see the progress bar happening. It's taking a while, actually, to be honest. The design itself doesn't really look great right now, but I think it will do the job. So let's see if it actually works. When I click on the toilet right now.
I need to go to the toilet.
Yeah. Have you heard what it said?
I am thirsty. I want some air.
So we can see that the app now pretty much communicates for me. Let's see if I keep pressing on the toilet.
I need to go to the toilet right now.
Okay, so we can see that there's a difference between the normal press of the button and the long press of the button. And yeah, it works pretty much. It works. I'm sad I cannot show you the actual. Yeah, it doesn't look great, to be honest. Maybe we will need to do some modification on the design itself, but I wanted to show you basically how it all works. Now, what I've showed you now is really not a lot, right? It is pretty much just extremely basic code of what you can do in App Inventor. But I trust that you understand the possibilities that you have. And you can see the fact that you have quite a lot of components that you can use. And I would advise you to try to make the app look better, not as I did before right here. So maybe try to play with this, with the height, with the width, with image picker, with the shapes, just to make it as nice as possible, so it doesn't look as bad as as my app. But I don't have enough time to fix it right now because I want to also show you some more things. So what I would like you to see right now is where you can get more resources. And basically, more resources are on the website. On App Inventor website, you can just go to learning, you can go to tutorials, and then you have here really quite a lot of tutorials. You have beginner tutorials, and you can see actually Talk to Me part. I think we did right now Talk to Me part 1, to be honest, in a specific way. You have also videos. I think in the videos there is the old design, not the new design, sadly, but I think you can. Yeah, here is the old design with App Inventor 2 beta, but the idea is that you can actually see only the design is different. All the rest is actually pretty cool. So you can just go here, yeah, on App Inventor into learning tutorials, and then you have all this stuff. Also, you can go on our website, yeah, Hardcore Entrepreneur, yeah, he.upb.ro. You can go to resources, and if you go to recorded live sessions, you can see the ones from last year. Okay, let's see. I think it's also in the opening event from last year. Yeah, there is the this one. But in case you forget about this one, you can also see here, the tutorials. You just go to beginner tutorials. And here you have a full playlist with App Inventor, pretty much. So you have the Talk to Me app that we've done kind of right now, Talk to Me app part 2, and they're all in Romanian. So they're actually, if you really loved my voice in this webinar, you can see it right here. And also, there's a really important thing, how to do the deliverables of this app, right? How to share this app with us. And for that, you can see this video right here. How can I load an App Inventor project into GitHub? So you will definitely need to see this one when you are submitting your app. I would like to also show it to you really quickly how it is done. It is extremely simple. Okay, let me just... Yeah, it's the old design again, sadly, but you can see how it's done pretty much. I will show it to you again on the new design. What you need to do is basically go to build, and then you have APK pretty much, or AAB, or you can go to export here, export selected project.ia to my computer. Then you will upload it to GitHub as shown in the video. And after that, it will be possible for me to go onto the GitHub, download it from there, upload it into my MIT App Inventor account, or not me, but the jury. And they will be able to see what you have done and actually go through your code and see everything that is to see around there. So this is pretty much the thing with App Inventor. I would really, really encourage you to actually go to the resources panel and go into the beginner tutorials and watch them. If you decided after this workshop that it is too simple and you do not want to use, let's say, kids apps to make apps, you can also go to advanced tutorials, and here you will see just so many with Android setups, Java, yeah, Android, CRUD. There's like many things from our team that has done many tutorials. So you can also go there and check those out. You have any questions that you would like to ask about App Inventor before we go to the other one?
Actually, I have a question.
Yes.
I wanted to ask, after we build this app, how would other people find it? Like, we can make it visible for others, or just by that QR code?
Sadly, at this point, it is not possible to be, I mean, it is possible to be uploaded on Google Play if you want, right? So if you want to upload it on Google Store, how it's called right now, because I never can tell, you can just go to build. Basically, you download the APK, yeah, and then you will have to go into a developer account on Google and put it there if you want to have it, everyone to have it available for you, right? For download. But if you just want to show your friends, like if you just want to use it for yourself and install it on your phone, you can also do that. Doing the same thing. Yeah, you have the APK, you send your APK through your WhatsApp, for example, and then you install it. The phone, if it's an Android phone, will say something like, oh, maybe this is not a trusted developer, maybe do not install this, and it will probably tell you to not install it, but you can just go ahead and do it. It will not be a problem. And also what I encourage you to do, it's also use AI to ask any questions about things that maybe are too hard to explain in one workshop, right? Like just go like, hey, how can I install the app that I've built in App Inventor into my phone? And then just ask ChatGPT, for example. And then it will give you a step-by-step example on how to do it. But basically what you need to do is, as I told you here, you just go to build, then you go to Android app, and then you download the APK, send it to yourself through WhatsApp or through email, click on it from your phone, and then you install it on your phone. If you actually want to put it on Google Play, yeah, or Google Store, you will have to download again this APK and then do it, but that is a more longer process, and you also have to pay, I think, like 20 euros or something like that to Google. So they would allow you to do it. But for this contest specifically, you don't have to publish it in on Google Play. Yeah, you can just build it. Then you go to projects, you export selected project, then you use the tutorial from resources, yeah, to understand how to put it on GitHub. And then you're done with this contest. And then in the future, if you want to publish it on the store, then you can do that one also. But I just want you to know for sure that you don't have to do it. Okay?
Yes, thanks.
Are there any other questions from App Inventor? Okay, then if there are not, I'm going to go to Thunkable. Thunkable is something similar with App Inventor. I am going to show you Thunkable just because I said I will. But as I was researching my workshop, I realized that maybe it is not such a great idea to use Thunkable just because they are trying to push AI app builders. So what they have been until last year, I would say, they've been an educational app builder, just like MIT App Inventor. But now they're trying to make it in such a way that it is actually not an educational app builder, but more like an AI app builder, like Lovable or like stuff like that, right? So, but I will still show you how to get around them trying to make you build with AI. So if you just go, for example, and you search Thunkable on Google, you will find two links. One is called Thunkable X, which is the one that we are actually wanting to use. And then you have Thunkable, just normal Thunkable. If you use this one, the normal Thunkable, they are going to try to make you to not build it yourself, but they want to make it actually to just use AI to do it. I would not encourage you to use AI to do it because I think it's going to not be great for your app, basically, in this contest. We are really interested in seeing you develop something, you trying to understand how things work, and just you could help yourself with AI, like, you know, go to ChatGPT and ask it, okay, how do I do this? How do I do this? And blah, blah, blah. But I would not recommend you build an app with AI like Thunkable tries to make you do it right now. But if you want to do it yourself with Thunkable, basically what you have to do is, okay, I closed it again. Thunkable X. Let me see. Yeah, so we have here Thunkable X, and Thunkable X is actually the old Thunkable that did not have AI. You just go through your Google account. And here you can see again that they're still trying to make you use the AI, basically because it's going to make them more money. This is the honest truth. If you're going to use AI, they're going to make you pay for it at some point, and then you'll have to pay for it to be able to actually share it with us. So you just go here to prefer to start from scratch. Just say untitled project or whatever, you know, you can just use those things that you want over there. And basically, as you can see, it is quite similar to App Inventor. The only difference is, I would say this design is a bit cleaner. It's a bit nicer, but this is just because it is a paid product. So in the end, if you're going to use this completely, you might have to pay for some things. Yeah, so if I put a button here, you can see, yeah, the button, okay, yeah, the button looks cooler from the beginning. So it is already made with style, but you can do the exact same thing in App Inventor if you want to. It just takes a little bit more time. So let me give you an example. Yeah, you just take the button. Yeah, you have it here. Then you can make it a color. Let's say font. Okay, the color. Yeah, you can just make it let's say a light gray, or I don't know, a blue. Yeah, you can make it blue. You can make the font. You can make it white, for example. Text. Let's say text color. Yeah, make it white. Oh, why doesn't it work? White. Yeah, then if you want to have the shape could be rounded. Yeah, so you can see that easily. Okay, it took me, what, 20 seconds to make the button similar to what they've made over here. Where is it? Yeah, okay, it looks a bit better here, but it is pretty much the same thing. I just have to do a bit more work. And I think it's, you know, it's good for us to actually start doing that work. I can also have the blocks. You can see control, for example. Yeah, logic, math, exactly the same ones that we have seen in App Inventor. So it is kind of a more premium version of App Inventor, this one, that is kind of trying to make you use AI. You decide which one you use. In case you want to use Thunkable, it is okay. There is no issues with it. Just make sure that we can see what you have been doing and that you can share it with us. And I think for this one is more simple. You just click share, for example, share app, and then you have, you generate a link and then you upload that link into GitHub when you give us your product. So you don't have to do more than that. So either one that you want to use is extremely fine. Just know that the app itself, it's only 40% of your final evaluation. So it is really important for you to actually have an idea that is really inclusive, that really helps people, and then you try to implement as much as possible from the app itself. But remember, even if you don't finish the app completely, it is still good to submit it because we still want you to be able to just present it to us basically and just share your idea, because it doesn't have to be a full working app like with everything going on and you know, all the bells and whistles, as they say, to be functional. We just want to see that you are able to build an app. We want to see that you have great ideas, that you are able to present them. And also, what is really, really important, and maybe because some of you are younger, it is more difficult for you to think about this in this way. Okay, if it's an app that actually helps somebody, why do I have to make money off of it? Well, the idea is that you're not going to take advantage of people, but what you actually really need to do is take into consideration that any app has some costs. So think about you making an app with Thunkable, for example, and you really want to launch it. You want to put it on App Store or on Google Play. Yeah, you want to put it there for people to use it. And you realize that the process of putting that app on the App Store or on Google Play actually costs you, I don't know, I think about a few €100, right? So then your app itself might need to charge some money for you to be able to cover the costs of the app being online. So do not think about the business plan as a bad thing. Actually analyze it, actually think about it, try to see how you can produce some money with an app like this and charge for it, and you know, write down what the profit would be, what the these kind of things will be, right? So also there's going to be a specific session on exactly this, on how to make your business plan and how to make your pitch, how to present your business plan in your app, and be sure to be participating in that also. The level of information will be more advanced, not as simple as I presented to you today. I presented the most simple version, something that is really chill for you to start using these simple apps. But I really encourage you to participate, to build the apps, and to participate in the other workshops, specifically the pitching one and also the one with business plan. Yeah, and also the technical ones. Like if you think that App Inventor and Thunkable are too simple for you, then just go and do also the other ones. Okay, we have 5 more minutes for questions. Let me hear any questions that you have that I could answer for.
If we use, for example, App Inventor, can we also create our own code, or do we just have to use the app?
When you use App Inventor, it's a bit weird. You can use some extensions and do like import extensions, and then and these extensions that you use are basically your own code kind of, or you can find them on internet and then use this. I would say if you want to use your own code, maybe use something else. Maybe try to use Android Studio, even though it's much harder to use it. Go for it. try to learn something and do it, because App Inventor and Thunkable are mostly made for the ones that want to use this type of blocks, right? You can do quite advanced things with these blocks. Like, do not think that just because they are blocks, you cannot do advanced things with them. You can do like proper big apps with them. But if you prefer writing your own code, then you should use something else. Not and you could participate in the next workshops, where you can see, maybe you can use Flutter or Android Studio or something else.
Thank you.
Welcome. Any other questions? Okay, I think maybe not. If there are any other questions, that is fine. But what I would like you to leave you with as a conclusion, I would really like you to think about submitting. So the first thing is, it doesn't matter what you use. If you use code that you've written yourself, if you use Thunkable, if you use App Inventor, whatever you use, make sure you submit an application. This is actually the first step into actually doing something, into learning, into exposing yourself to what could happen if you participate into this contest. So this would be the main thing. Even though you're gonna feel at some point it's gonna maybe be hard, you have all our support. You have the WhatsApp group, you have the Discord. You can write messages, you can ask for help. So make sure that you actually go and submit the app. It doesn't matter how amazing it is. It doesn't matter how much work you still need to do on it. Make sure you submit it, because maybe the idea is so good that it could secure you a prize, even though maybe the app is not finished yet. But it is 80% done, right? Or most of its functionalities are done. So make sure you submit your app and also participate in the other webinars that are relevant to you. Are there any other questions before we finish everything? Okay, I think not. Great. It was really nice meeting with you guys. I was really happy to see that you had some questions. I'm really, really looking forward to see your apps either in the finals or in the in the first in the semifinals, or wherever they are going to be shown. Make sure you submit, and I will see you around. Okay, have a good day. Bye-bye.